Okay.
Okay, so one of the things that we've talked about before was the money's coming in all at the same time on the Friday before the long weekend. But it takes a while for all the money to leave. And so this slide really tries to show what happened to the money when it came in. And at any point in time, when could Rizal Bank have just frozen everything until they could sort out the facts? So as we said, the funds arrive the afternoon of Friday in the Philippines. By early evening, the operations department had frozen the fictitious accounts with the four individuals, and then a very newly account by named William Go, who denies ever setting up the account. The account was set up by the banking center manager. And then the freeze is lifted Friday evening by the treasurer. Then over the weekend, you have three of Swift recall messages on three of the accounts come in. You have the Swift terminal in Rizal Bank that's shut down over the weekend. So, they're just stuck in the terminal. And then people come back to work in the Philippines on Tuesday, and they're trying to get the money out. The Swift messages get delivered to senior leaders and to Jupiter branch on Tuesday morning. You start having discussions on Tuesday morning about what to do with the money. You're having a fair amount of layering that's occurring within Rizal Bank. First, it goes from the for sham accounts for individuals. Then it goes to the William Go account. Then it goes to various PhilRem accounts. Ultimately, goes to some other MSBs and ultimately to the casinos. All of those are different stages. You have movement of different products. You have FX transactions that need to get approved. You have moving it from an account into bulk cash shipments. All of those are decision points which are important to any effort to try to freeze the money. And then you have Rizal, who's sending a response to Bangladesh Bank on Tuesday evening while they still have money in PhilRem's accounts. And they've represented that they're going to freeze the money, but they're taking a very technical view of what they're freezing. They're not freezing PhilRem, they're freezing the sham accounts in which the money has already left. Then you have another Swift message that comes on the fourth account. It arrives Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, you have the operations group that had started drafting an STR on Friday. And they're continuing to draft the STR all while this is occurring. And the bottom table has actually the STR that the operation department is preparing and ultimately files. So you have really kind of a rather surreal situation where you have a group in the operations department, the operations group, which has frozen the money as suspicious, and they immediately start drafting the STR, and they're drafting it for several days at the very time that the money is moving. The STR is being circulated to various decision makers, including the compliance department, at the by Thursday, and they file the STR on Friday, a week after the money came in. But they're preparing the STR for a whole week, and during that same week, they're processing the money. And so one of the issues that will get resolved in the New York litigation is it reasonable for a bank in one area to be saying this is very suspicious and this is why it's suspicious and still process the transactions? And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of experts on both sides that are going to testify to that. But the business decision that I think all banks need to deal with is when you have an ongoing fraud at what point do you just simply freeze it until you can sort everything out?
Right. And I like this table that you've created, which is like, which covers all the transactions. And then, you have the account holders on this side, the dates, amounts, and the remarks. Um, I haven't seen something like this on this case. Absolutely. And I'm sure that many of the audience will also appreciate this.
Well, thank you for that. But, let me emphasize that table is the SAR that's being prepared by Rizal Bank.
Oh, I see.
So that's not my summary.
Mm,
That's the operations group who are preparing the SAR with the advice of legal and everybody else. So this is their actual conclusions that are going parallel to when they're moving the money.
with the funds. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.